I'm Elizabeth Lowe, and I'm a documentary filmmaker that has a film called Hotel 22 here. It's in the documentary shorts one category, and it's about one night on a bus in Silicon Valley that by day it's a regular city bus, but by night it transforms into this unofficial shelter for the homeless. So it's about the economic disparities of a place like Silicon Valley that's so wealthy and yet such extreme poverty of people who've been displaced by the tech boom, being relegated to sleeping on a bus for years to survive at night. For this film, I had read about it in the news because it was such an interesting and odd phenomena to have this homeless bus going through one of the richest parts of the world. And then I started riding the bus just to see what it was like, and it just shocked me, the things that were going on that bus, the words that were being exchanged, the way that people had to sleep at night, and that they were doing this for years, every single night. It shocked me, and so I decided the best way to convey that story would be to make a film about it, so that you could feel like what it was to be on that bus. I've always loved watching films, and so I went to NYU Tisch for undergrad, not knowing anything about documentaries. And then there I had to take a class where you were required to make documentaries, and I just loved the process of discovering things about the world that you didn't expect. Like, my first film was about just the strangeness of zoo culture, like people going to zoos and peering at animals. And then I found out this whole weird history about how a human pygmy, African pygmy, was stored in the monkey house at the turn of this century, and then he killed himself. And so how intersections of racism and speciesism all collide. And so that part of discovery made me realize I wanted to be a nonfiction filmmaker. And so ever since then, I've been pretty dedicated to this medium. So a great thing about Adobe Premiere is that, unlike other past editing softwares, you can layer things and experiment with videos, and there's no rendering time. So any creative decision or accidental decision you make, you can play it and see how it plays instantly, and you don't have that wait time. And that, to me, is a huge boon for anyone who edits films and wants to experiment. I think it's incredible what's happening with technology, like that you could shoot a film on a cell phone or a 5D or any level of camera, and it can be beautiful and watchable, and the fact that everyone is able to make films and everyone understands film language, because we're all making them at home now, that's like, to me, it's like we're at the adolescent period of filmmaking, because now filmmakers can make more and more sophisticated films because they're responding to film audiences who understand film language, because they themselves are playing with it, editing with software like Adobe Premiere. And so I think that's incredible. And I think people say it's the death of cinema with the death of 16mm or 35mm, but I don't think so at all. I think the digital age is great.